Whoa! Oh my God! Did you like swim here?
I tried poking every single button, and I'm like, I've never done this before. I don't know how this works, but we're here. Yes,
Really?
yeah, Baruch Hashem.
No, just telling everybody that I think that you have to be a millennial to work these things. You know, you need
Oh,
to be like
you
20
bet.
and under.
And my millennium is still sleeping, so I really
Oh,
needed
there you go.
them.
Marcela. So
Hello.
I've been trying to stall all the people here that are with us for as long as possible. I show them my area, I show them where I am. I'm in Tel Aviv right by the beach right now.
I'm so
And
sorry.
so now that we're here and now that we're really talking, let's talk, okay?
Okay, here we
Um,
go.
I'm excited. So, okay, I was just telling everybody that Marcela found me years ago, like about 7 years ago, and I was just coming out of my hard rock bottom situation.
Yep.
And so what happened? Can you tell us a little bit about where you were at that time in your life?
Oh
And
gosh.
yeah,
Uh, I I think I hit bottom. I was receiving so much shefa from everywhere. Like honestly, there's nothing that I can say was not going well. Work was going well. There was shalom buys. My kids were doing well, and I just felt this. Just I was not satisfied with anything. Things that used to bring me a lot of joy, projects. I started things, I didn't finish them. And I just knew there was time to do something drastic because I thought I was entering a midlife crisis. I was probably in my mid 40s, and I just said I'm too young to go into this kind of, I wouldn't say depression, but it was just not me. I'm usually a very happy, easygoing person, and I find passion in a lot of things, and I just nothing will excite me. And I clearly was seeing that the shefa was coming, but my vessel was broken. So there was no way to hold anything. So clearly I was not satisfied. It wasn't feeling me.
what would you say for a second before you continue? I'm so curious to hear your whole story because I've never really sat down with you and like heard it from the beginning to the end. But what would you say being in that point in your life, married, you have a house, you have your kids, you're good. What brought you to that place where you're not even satisfied by anything anymore?
I really don't know. I'll tell you something. I think we live our lives thinking, okay, when I get this, I'll be happy. When I lose those 20 pounds, I'll be happy. And I did. I lost the 20 pounds and I wasn't happy. I will marry my oldest kid and I wasn't happy. I will have the big house and I wasn't happy. I knew at that point, and it was very clear to me that I had to do something drastic because I didn't want to continue living like that. I saw the goodness coming. I wasn't like going through some like a difficult time with my parents or my husband or at work. Everything was going well. I just felt this like darkness. I don't even know how to explain it. And I just knew, like, the engine in the car, the red light kept popping and I kept ignoring it. And I think at this point, the car just literally stopped moving. And I knew
How
it
old
was
were
time
you
to
at the
do
time?
something.
How old were you at the time? 45, you said?
I think I was turning 45.
So what happened? So
I found
you hit
you.
rock bottom.
I
You hit rock
found
bottom.
you.
When you say you hit rock bottom, you mean you hit rock bottom in terms of feeling like life was just,
No, I just felt no excitement in things that used to bring me tons of joy. You know, simple things like going for walks, um, just experiencing a good weather used to bring me so much joy. No longer did. Um, I think I've always been very critical of myself from a very young age.
mm,
Um, I've been my best friend, but I've also been my worst enemy. And if I spoke to my friends the way I spoke to myself, I will have no friends. Plain and simple. And I think when I said I hit bottom, I think myself had it with the way I used to treat myself. I had to start bringing some love back to myself. I had to build myself up in
can you,
order
can,
to receive
can you, I don't want to
goodness.
get,
Plain
I don't
and
want to like,
simple.
I don't want to ask you too many personal questions because I think that this is a really personal topic
Oh, you can.
as it is.
I'm being
Oh, so
vulnerable. I'm like, I'll tell you before I continue. And I told you this when I finished the course. And I said to you, I think this course has to be mandatory on every single seminary or high school, because no different than college girls that before they get married, they have to take that course. I think if I would have learned what I learned in my 40s at 20, it would have saved me a lot of suffering. I think we have to go through pain in life regardless, but there's a difference between pain and suffering. And I
yeah.
used to like
Mm,
marinate myself in the suffering, like just dwell in
mm.
there and like, I can feel horrible. And there's no need. You just have to deal with the pain, taking it in and try to find solutions or just
So
not
what
don't
did you?
marinate yourself.
So you started breakthrough, okay? You first of all, you felt like you needed something new. You felt like you needed to try anything. What
It's
brought you
not
to
like
take a?
having tried things in the past. I tried the books and Tony Robbins and all those things, but I kind of needed somebody holding my hand to take me through the experience, because a book is good and everything, but I think you cannot ask questions. The book is not going to answer you back. Um, I have very specific questions to ask, and I'm not going to call Tony Robbins, right? Or I don't
Right.
know, Renee Brown. And with you, I had that. I felt very comfortable asking you questions, and you were very honest. And there were times that I felt very hurt because you were not sugarcoating things for me. And I'm like, how can this like picture, like this 30-year-old can tell me this thing? Like I'm like 20 years older than her. But
Yeah.
but you have the wisdom. You pull out from the Zohar and Kabbalah and things that I was not able to read. And you just pretty much used all that information and gave me a shot. And it was bitter. It was bitter, but it worked.
Mm. So tell me for a second. Okay, so you're taking breakthrough, and what are you realizing as you're taking breakthrough? You're doing the course, and all of a sudden, what's happening to you?
I think the first thing that I realized is that I was living with the enemy. I was my worst critic. And when I
Mm.
said critic, it was not constructive criticism. It was the kind of criticism that just punch you in the face, and I had to be on the floor a few times and sit down there till I was able to get up again, and only to be punched back in the face again. Just I always went to guilt. I went to feeling sorry for myself that I wasn't a good enough wife. I wasn't a good enough mother. I wasn't a good enough daughter because I was not with my parents in Mexico. My parents are in Mexico. I'm the only daughter, and I always carry that guilt that I should be there taking care of them, not my brothers. I'm the daughter, and culturally, you have to be with your parents. But I couldn't split myself into, I have to be with my kids, and I was raising children. They were teenagers. But I also felt this tremendous guilt of not being able to be a good daughter. And and it got me nowhere, like feeling sorry for myself and pointing the bad in myself. So I turned around and I tried to find, first of all, compassion. You taught me that instead of using guilt, it's a very good idea to start using compassion. And the first person I applied the compassion to was myself. And
Yeah.
once I started having compassion for myself, I started having compassion for those around me, because I was also critical of my children. My children, I project my own insecurities on my children, and I was very critical of my kids. And I love them dearly, but I didn't know any better. And the
Yeah.
moment I started feeling compassion for myself, I started feeling compassion for my children.
Yeah. So you feel like, okay, so let's just make believe that most, like majority people don't know what breakthrough is.
Mhm.
People don't know what breakthrough is, and selling something to someone is really hard when you know how powerful it is, and you know how much it could, change people's lives, and it could really, really help them, but they don't know. And I feel like, first of all, you trusted me. I have to tell you that you trusted me, and but the fact that you put your trust in me allowed me to really get up in your face, you know? really get up in your face and not make
Yep.
any discounts for you. No discounts. So tell me for a minute how, first of all, I don't, that was the beginning of my path. So it's, I was very, very involved with every single person. Today's breakthrough that we're going to be launching next week is I'm also planning on taking 10 women, 10 women, if we could do women and men, but to really also hold their hands because I'm like my biggest thing that the only thing I see in front of my face is getting these 10 people to have breakthroughs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel was your breakthrough while you were doing breakthrough?
I think for me was the whole concept of knowing that I have the power, that I don't have to. The moment you're happy with yourself, you no longer need validation from your husband or from your children or from people around you because you're content with yourself. And I had no idea that I had those tools. Like God gave them to me and I never used them. They were brand new, kept in a box. And you pretty much said to me, Marcela, you know that box under your car that has all these tools? Take them out. I'm going to teach you how to use those tools. And slowly, I took the screwdriver and I took the hammer and each one you taught me how to use it for my benefit, not against me. And I started doing that. I started using the power of affirmations, which at first felt very fluffy. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm very practical, but they did
Oh
work.
yeah.
I started using one affirmation at a time, and I will say, and I start writing things all over my house. I have a big mirror in my powder room and I will write things, kind words to myself, like you're enough, you're beautiful, you're powerful, you're strong, you're a good mother, and I started looking at those things and believing in the power of those words because for many years all I heard were my own criticism, my bad words. And those bad words, I didn't realize the power they have because they stick to you. I didn't
Oh
need
yeah.
criticism from others. I was criticizing myself constantly.
Yeah.
Baruch Hashem,
Yeah.
criticism didn't come from my parents or my husband, or I was my worst critic. So I started
And
using
the self.
affirmations. I started using the power of words out loud. I will say to myself good things. You're a good mother. You got this. Piece of pie,
Mhm.
piece of cake. You can do this. And
Mhm.
slowly I started seeing how I started bringing joy into my life. It's as simple as that. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just you start doing it and it starts working.
Yes. That's what I keep telling everybody.
It does.
Just
You know
do
what it
it.
is? I think we're so used to like, oh, I have to be complicated to work. No. And this
Mhm.
was the thing that's why I was so skeptic because it was just simple things like you said, like affirmations and just visualizing things. You know what? Tomorrow is going to be like this. I'm going to find parking. I'm going to get that phone call that I've been waiting for. I'm going to find a project that is going to bring me excitement. And they started popping. And I'm like, what? Like abracadabra, right? I remember that word from you. And it did happen. It was unbelievable. And
Yeah.
listen, we still deal with issues. I encounter pain. Pain will never go away. Issues are not going to go away, but it's the attitude and it's how you handle the situation. You can go to the right or you can go to the left. And detours sometimes are good.
I love that. I love everything you just said. How many times did you take breakthrough?
Oh gosh, this is going to be my fourth time. This
Fourth?
is going to be my fourth time. And I gifted to my daughter when she turned 20. I said to her, you have to do this. And she's like, Mom, this is unbelievable. And I'm waiting for her to gift it to another one, but she's still young. She's 17. I think you have to be around 20 to like really start getting
Really?
it. But
Yes.
it is the best gift you can give to yourself because it really not only affects you, but it affects all those ones around you.
I'm
I
so
just,
excited for you to do this next one because
yes.
I'm going to blow your pants off, Marcella.
You do it every time. You know what? Every time I take breakthrough,
Blow
you
him
keep
off.
bringing more and new information. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know that. So I'm so excited. I'm really
Love you.
excited about it.
I love you so much. Listen
Love
to
you
me.
too.
I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something that you need to hold on to forever, okay?
Mhm.
Many people have done breakthrough. The ones that have decided that they're going to take themselves and put themselves in the process of really taking themselves to the next level, coming out of the loops of like, the stuck stuff that we're stuck in, all the bad needles, all the stuff, they decided that they have to try something. First of all, people that keep trying, even though they fail and they hit rock bottom, but they go to that course, they go to that class, they go to that therapist, they try. So those are like, that's not everyone. Most people don't try. So for the first, I want you to know you hit rock bottom and then you tried. That's number one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this goes to show you your your determination. What I've always seen from you is this determination of like, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna keep driving to do the right thing in life. You know, and you're that's always been like something that I saw that was always in front of you like that. And the second thing is that not everyone turns around their life, and not everyone uses the tools, and not everyone does the turnarounds, and not everyone sees breakthroughs. People
Mm-hmm.
that are aware of the fact that they don't know everything, but they're willing to try because things are possible, are the people that actually do it. People that are in a place of like, nah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
too broken, it's too messy, my life is too screwed up, they already give up on themselves. So I just want you to know that you're an amazing person just because you always finding your way back up. You get down, but you always come back up, and you're a fighter. So I've always seen that about you. You're a real fighter. You're the
Thank you.
truth.
Thank you.
I
But
love that.
I owe you so much, and in behalf of my children and my husband especially, because he clearly saw the good in me, and that's why he married me. But I carry things with passion, and sometimes it's hard to leave everything with such passion. The good things are good to live with passion, but the bad ones with passion, it's a recipe for disaster, you know?
It's not.
So,
You know why it's not? Because passion is fire. Passion is fire. You got a lot of fire inside of you. So by the fact that you have a lot of fire, fire is a very good element.
mhm.
Yeah, it can be used in a way that can burn, right? Anger, different areas of fire. I'm also like you. But when we learn ourselves and we learn what our problems are, like where we get triggered and what makes us get to that place, and we learn how to work on those things, like last night's class, you would have loved last night's class. I'm going to send it
Jerry's
to you.
Place, I'm gonna watch it.
Not Jerry's place. We had an online event, a Zoom event. I'm
Oh.
going to send it to you. But you would love that class. And I think that, that's fire is amazing. It's just the people that have more fire than any other element are the ones that are asked to, because they get angry, right? They get angry, they get frustrated, they have no patience. Okay, so that's one of the big pieces
As
of
me.
fire right there. Right. We burn our bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that's right.
Hmm. We found each other. I just
I'm
wish I
telling
met
you.
you when I was in my 20s. I'm telling you. My
Oh my
God.
God.
But it's never late. It's never late. And
But
that's
I
I
want
think
you to
how
know
I felt.
that
I
just
felt it.
like
I'm
you're gonna
like,
do.
I'm 50. Like I'm not gonna change my ways, you know? But you can change your ways. And I wanted a better life for me especially, but also for my kids because they inherited this. You know, they're half Mexicans. And and my grandchildren, I see him throwing a tantrum and I'm like, oh God, poor child. He's gonna have to learn breakthrough also.
I'm telling you, we need to. I was just telling my friend the other day. I was like, I don't know why they don't teach this stuff. Like, if I learned this stuff in elementary school and high school,
Yeah,
I feel like my life would be such a better setup.
yeah,
But it is what it
100%.
is. And today the world is a lot smarter, I guess, than it was. And people have a lot more opportunity today. And we can really live a much healthier life, much healthier life.
Absolutely. And you know what? And it's easy because it's all here. It's all
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Um, but somebody needs to guide you. You cannot just go and get the book. I have all the books and they're just sitting there like piling and accumulating dust. You need somebody like you. And I'm telling you, there were times that you will tell me something and I will be like, it bothered me. It really bothered me. But you were speaking to me the
well,
truth and you told me, look, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but uh, ABC, right? It was
yeah.
a very hard pill to swallow, but it woke me up. That's
Yeah.
simple.
You know
It,
that
it,
in your group, the first group that you took with me, I think you were the very first group that I ever gave it to.
I think
I
so.
think,
I think so.
yeah, yeah. And there was somebody in your group, a woman in your group. I said the story before, but I don't know if you know the story, but it was crazy. She tried to get pregnant for about, I think it was 20 years. Her and her husband were trying to have a child. When I met her, when she came to Breakthrough, she was like in this place of like, nothing's working. I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby, but nothing's working. I said, okay, start Breakthrough. Let's start working. So she started working, and she would, and one day she called me from the doctor's office. She was going to get a test done, and she calls me, and it was the third class. It was no, it was the second class of Breakthrough. She calls me from the doctor's office, and she's kvetching how it's not going to work. The treatment's not going to work. She's been around the corner already. She's already done these treatments, you know. She's like, she's so done. She's so done. So I said to her, "Do you want a baby?" And she was like, "No, I was very chutzpahdik back then. I was very chutzpahdik." I said, "I don't think you want a baby." And she said, "I'm very happy I did this though. I wouldn't do it today, but it worked." And I said, "I don't think you want a baby." And she said, "Excuse me? Like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm sitting in the doctor's office. I've been coming doing all these tests for years. I'm taking your course. I'm davening. I'm giving tzedakah. What makes you think I don't have a baby?" I'm like, all I have to do, I don't need any of your history. All I need is to just keep listening to you. Listening to you does not sound like you want a baby. It's so hard. It's so tough. I want a baby. I can't have a baby. It's not going to work. This treatment's not going to work. That treatment's not
Mhm.
going to work. It's too late. It's too hard. I said, I want you to talk right now. I have 4 weeks left with you. I want you to talk right now that you're having a baby in 2 weeks. You are having a baby. The baby's coming home in 2 weeks. Can you talk to me like that for the next 2 weeks? Because I don't think you want to have a baby. Because all I hear is negative, 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 negative. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. This is not going to. I understand that you've already been around the bend. I understand already that you're tired. I get it. But as long as you're alive, we're going to keep trying. Understand? And she was like,
Shocked. Hmm.
she got pregnant on the fourth class of Breakthrough,
I
meaning
believe you.
2 weeks later, she got pregnant. And yeah, there's so many things that are literally Hashem is like, the shefa is like waiting for you in queue. It's like waiting for you in queue. All you have
Correct.
to do is open the thing and grab the money. Just
Yeah.
grab the baby, grab the husband. Just open the thing, you know?
I love what you
And
said, that we walk back whatever he's sending us.
that's exactly. We whack it back.
Yeah. So I don't walk them back. I open my arms and I'm like, just Hashem, send it to me. My house is on the market right now, Deborah, and I'm like, Hashem, I'm ready for that check. Send it to
All
me
right,
now.
maybe we can use this as an advertisement for you. Where's your house? Tell everybody.
Oh, it's in Thornhill in Toronto. If you like cold weather, go for it. Beautiful home, brought me lots of joy. 20 years I raised my kids there. It's time to downsize. It's time to it's time to, you know, go back to Israel. Between you and me, well, no,
Yes!
between you and me and everybody else that is listening, I can't wait to go back. I made Aliyah 28. 2008 was not a successful Aliyah for me, but the rest of my kids went back to Israel. I have 4 kids living there and my grandchild, and I can't wait. I have my bags packed. I know Mashiach is already at Ben Gurion, so I can't wait to go back to the Holy Land.
Love you. I just learned that if the majority of the Jewish people are going to be in Eretz Israel, Mashiach is coming. Mashiach is going to be here. Mashiach will
Is
come.
there?
And I also heard yesterday from somebody that works in the airport that there are 200 new Jews coming to Israel every single day, making Aliyah every single day. 200 new people every single
200?
day. 200. V'shavu banim legvuram. It's happening. The nevuos are happening.
Okay, I want to be part of those 200 people.
You are going to be.
Yeah,
You already are. Yeah.
great breakthrough.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you there.
My pleasure. It's always good to see
Anybody else?
you.
Thank you so much, Marcela. If anybody's interested
Mwah.
in joining Breakthrough, we are starting February 28th and March 2nd. We have 2 different streams
I
going out.
can't
We have
wait
a
to
Monday
take
one
it
and
all
a
over
Wednesday
again.
one.
It's fantastic.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward. All the information is below this video. You can look it there. You can sign up. If you have questions, you can contact me or contact Naomi, and we'll answer any of your questions. We're happy to help with whatever you need. If money is an issue, Still contact us if you're serious about changing your life. It's all in an effort to help you get to the place where you feel like life is good. That's the idea. Not
Uh-huh.
hard, not difficult, not terrible, but good within the pain and within the hardships, because you know what? From the day we're born to the day we die, we're going to have situations and things that
Yeah,
are going to come up. The idea is to still live a happy, good life within the issues.
correct. Correct.
The idea.
Yep.
Thank you, Marcela. Enjoy your vacation.
Oh, I am sucking up the sun as long as I can.
I love you, and I can't wait to meet you in Ben Gurion.
Bye, mommy. I'll call you. You'll be my first call.
Oh, yeah, yes. Amazing.
Okay.
I'm going to be there with the balloon.
Yofi.
I'll be around me.
Okay.
Love you. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for
Take care.